Welcome back to school. Today we will take a new lesson in the primary 6 first unit and first lesson, the meaning of ratio. Before studied this lesson should be remember some lessons we studied in the primary 5. Okay? Revision. Remember square. Everyone know the area of a square equals side length times itself, side times side. The side length, if we want to find the side length of a square equal square root of area. The perimeter of a square equal 4 times side length. الأنسر بيكون بالسنتيمترز. Side length equal perimeter over 4. Okay. Rectangle. Everyone know the area of rectangle equal side length times width. Everyone find the length of rectangle equal area over width. Width equal area over length. The perimeter of the rectangle equal 2 times length plus width. The answer equal dotted by centimeter. But we want to find, if you want to find the length of rectangle equal perimeter over 2 minus width. If we want to find the width of rectangle equal perimeter over 2 minus length. Okay. Equilateral triangle. Everyone know what is the meaning of equilateral triangle? يلا. The meaning of equilateral triangle يا يوسف. The meaning of equilateral triangle يا محمد يا مريم يا one in the primary 6. What is the meaning of equilateral triangle? Each side are equal in length. Then if you want to find the perimeter of the equilateral triangle, equal side plus side plus side equals 3 times side length. Side length equal perimeter over 3. Okay, if you want to find the side length equal perimeter over 3. The sum measure of interior angle of any triangle equal 180. Okay, the circle, the next lesson, the circle. Type the sum measure of the central angle accumulated at the center of a circle equals 360. The circumference of the circle equal pi times diameter or 2 times pi times r, where pi equal 3.14 and يلا remember. طيب, if we want find the diameter equal 2 times radius. Then if we have a circumference, then we want find the diameter, we divide the circumference of circle over pi. The radius equal half times diameter. If we have a circumference and we want find the radius, then the radius equals circumference of the circle over 2 times pi. Pi, I say, remember, pi equals 3.14 or 22 over 7. Pi equal circumference of circle over diameter equal or circumference of circle over 2 times pi. Fine. The measuring units and their converting rules. The length units, kilometer to meter to decimeter to centimeter to millimeter. Kilometer to meter multiply by thousands. If you want to change from meter to kilometer, divide by 1,000. Meter to decimeter times 10 or divide 10 times 10 times 10. The area units, but the area units with square, يعني kilometer square, meter square, decimeter square, centimeter square, millimeter square. From kilometer square to meter square multiply by 1 million. From meter square to decimeter square multiply 100. Multiply decimeter square to centimeter square by 100. From centimeter square to millimeter square multiply by 100. If you want to go from smallest unit to greatest unit, should be divided according of its unit. The weight units from ton to kilogram multiply by 1,000. But from kilogram to ton, from smallest unit to greatest unit, divide by 1000. Then from kilogram to gram, multiply by 1000. From gram to kilogram, divide by 1000. The last units capacity. لتر هو الديسيمتر كيوب، وملي لتر الليتر or decimeter cube. From liter or from decimeter cube to milliliter, multiply by 1000. From milliliter to liter, divide by 1000. Okay. Now we will take lesson 1, the meaning of ratio. This is the first lesson in the unit 1. What is the meaning of ratio? The ratio is a method to compare between two numbers or two quantities by division. The ratio between two numbers equal the first number over the second number. Note, the order of terms of the ratio is very important, where 2 over 5 not equal 5 over 2. We denoted the ratios by these 2 points, 2 to 5 or 2 and 5. Not equal 5 to 2. Okay? Now, the ratio compare the sizes of parts or quantity to each order. How? Look at these figures. What do you observe? This is how many red ball? How many red ball? 9. How many blue ball? 3. Okay. For every 3 red counters, there is 1 blue counters. This means that the ratios is 3 to 1. يعني each 3 red ball, we have 3 blue. Each 3 red, we have 3 blue. What is the ratios of red counters to blue counters? ايه الريشيوز اللي بينهم؟ Is the ratios the same as the ratios of blue counters to the red counters? Okay, how? Red to blue, 9 to 3. 2, we denoted the ratios by 2 point. 2, meaning 2, red. Red to blue, 9 to 3. We denoted by 2 point. The same if we said 9 over 3 or 9 divide 3. Then we simplify. We will study in how we can simplify the ratios. 9 to 3 يعني 9 divide 3. Simplify the ratios. If we want simplify, divide the same number or two numbers by a divide by 3. Okay? 9 divide 3 equals 3. 3 divide 3 equal 1. We will study this simplify the next or the end of this lessons. Okay? Now, in this example, what is the ratios of red counter to blue counters? This is red to blue. طيب. هنا عندنا how many red counter? For every 12 red counter, there are 8 blue counters. في عندنا 8 blue. يبقى for every 12, we have 8 blue. Is it possible to simplify this ratio? طيب. By finding the highest common factors of their numbers, we can see that for every 3 red counters, there are 2 blue counters. طيب, red to blue, 12 to 8. طيب, divide by 4, 12 divided by 4 equals 3, 8 divided by 4 equals 2, then the ratios between them 2, 3, 2, 2. Ratio 3 to 2. طيب, simplifying the ratio can be simplified like fractions by dividing each part by highest common factor. For example, 21 to 35. 21 to 35. Each number, the highest common factor is 7. simplified like fractions by dividing each part by highest common factors. يبقى divide 21 divide 7 equals 3. 35 divided by 7 also equal 5. طيب, another example. 64 to 16. 64 divided by 16. 16 divided by 16. 64 divided by 16 equal 4. 16 divided by 16 equal 1. Someone asked me, we can simplify two numbers by 4? Yes. But after we finish simplifying, should be change into simplest form. Okay? Someone maybe simplify this fractions or this ratio divide by 2. But after we finish, complete simplify. Okay? طيب, for the 3-part ratio, all 3 parts must be divided by same numbers. Sometimes we have 3 parts of ratios, 8 to 24 to 10. If we want to simplify this ratio, we can simplify by the same method. 8, 24, 10, the highest common factor is 2. Then 8 divided by 2 equal 4, 24 divided by 2 equal 12, 10 divided by 2 equal 5. ال 4 with 12 with 5, خلاص, we cannot, we don't have the highest common factor between them. This is the end of example. In one of the class of the first grade primary, the number of boys is 15 pupils and the number of girls is 20 pupils. Then calculate the ratio between the number of boys and the number of girls. B. The ratio between the number of girls and the number of all people in the class. C. The ratio between the number of boys and the number of all people in the class. Take care هنا في ال questions if ask you ratio between. خلاص, يبقى between هنا meaning 2 dotted اللي هي 2 between. Sorry, نستart الانسر بعد between. Sorry, the ratios between the number of boys and the number of girls. هنا عرفنا من between هنا between what and what. between boy and the number of girls. بن عند ال and هنا بنحط ال 2 dotted. يبقى between related to ratios between what? Boy and girls. يبقى we write ratios between the boy to girls. B. The ratios between what? Girls and all people in the class. Girls and يعني 2 dotted between all people of the class. The ratios between the number of boys and the number of people in the class. But how many boys, how many girls, and how many number of the class? From the questions. خلاص. In the number of boys 15, the number of girls 20. طب the number of people of the class what? 15 plus 20. 15 plus 20 equal what? 35. Now, the first one, ratios between number of boys and the number of girls. طيب, number of boys كانوا كام? 15 to the number of girls 20 should be simplified. Divide by what? By 5. The highest common factor is 5. 15 divided by 5 equals 3. 20 divided by 5 equals 4. The second questions. The ratios between what? Girl and all people in the class. Girl. How many numbers of girls? 20. The number of the people 35. Then the highest common factor is 5. Divide by 5 equals 4 to 7. The last questions. The ratio between the number of boys and the number of all people in the class. The number of boys 15. The number of all people in the class 35. Divide by 5 equal 15 divide 5 equals 3. 35 divide 5 equals 7. Now, thank you for good listening, Primary 5. If you can understand these lessons, okay, but if you can't understand, maybe you can remember and repeat, study, and repeat, show the video. Thank you for good listening.